Hello, friends. I'm back. How are you? How are you? I see lots of friends are on here already. I missed you guys too. How you doing? How was your 2 weeks? I guess, right? Because I'm home now, but I haven't seen you or talked to you in like 2 weeks, right? So I hope you're all doing well. Hi, Kari. Quick update. Stem cell collection was last week collected. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of cells. Enough for 2 transplants if I need them. Exhausted but mending. I am so glad that you're doing well, my friend, and that is excellent news. So sending you so much love, so much love. Kari sent me, like she's going through all this stuff, and Kari sent me for my birthday a box of rainbow socks. They are absolutely adorable. I love them. I will be wearing them to Zumba. I missed you too, Irene. I'm so glad to be back. Hello, hello. I saw my friend Lil Concar's here. Hi, Lil. I owe you a message, but it was crazy town here today. So just getting my stuff together for tonight. And then if you're new, hi, welcome. I'm Vicki Booten. And every Friday night when I'm home, we do these kind of creative Friday nights where we can connect and we can make some fun things. And I get to talk to all my friends. So I haven't seen everybody because I was on holidays last week. And we have lots to catch up on. My twins, 2 new collections. Have you guys seen my 2 new releases for American Crafts? A holiday line, which no one is all that excited about because summer's just starting. And then, oh, sorry, I'm reading comments and then I lose my train of thoughts. And it doesn't take much. The Christmas collection is called Evergreen and Holly. If you haven't seen it already, head on over to the Facebook group, Vicki Booten Creative Community, or on my Instagram or at American Crafts, and you can see it. Evergreen and Holly is a Christmas collection that will come out tentatively in July. And Christmas is always in the summer, so it gives stores chance to get it in and set up and sold prior to the holidays. And then my other collection is called Print Shop, which you guys have been going crazy over, and it will be in the fall. So am I missing any questions or anything? So very excited. So that happened. I found out on last Friday, a week ago, while I was still in Puerto Vallarta. No, that's not where I was. Punta Cana, wherever I was, a beach with a cocktail in my hand, could have been anywhere. That they were going to go live with both collections. So I was like, and I came back and got the stuff ready, but I'm not going to talk a ton about it just yet because we have Sweet Rush to love on, right? So it's not available. You can't get it. Even I haven't put up any pre-orders because it's not shipping for quite a while. I don't want to take your money yet, so we will wait. But if you have any questions about that, we'll talk about that as we're going along. Do you know how big the Christmas album is? Big. Well, look at, it's right across from me. So let me grab it because it's the same size. I don't have a sample. Ooh, sorry, reaching of the Christmas album. But guess what's here? They sent me the prototype for Print Shop. Look at that binding. Can you see? That's huge. So that's the size of my albums moving forward. So it's 3 inches. It's big. All of them are going to be big like this. So the Christmas album will be big. So do you want to peek? Because this is the only thing that I have. So just to give you a Print Shop is going to be so pretty. That's what the album's going to look like. Don't do any pre-orders for this yet. This is not shipping until the fall. There's not even a proper order form for this. So I would wait on this one, right? But it's going to be so pretty. It's a very pretty. I try to keep the album pretty basic. So you can put anything in here, even if you're not using my collection, that I still love the 6x8 albums, right? So it's going to be so much fun. So 3 inches, like look at the binding rings are huge in it. So it's going to be good. I'm going to go crazy and we're just going to create tons of stuff to put in there. And I'm very happy that the inside is naked because I feel sometimes when there's pattern inside the albums, that it can compete with whatever you're putting in there. So I love that now it's just a blank canvas. We can mix media and do lots of things. So hello, Janice. So is your house definitely sold? It's my friend Janice is here. And She has had her house up for sale. She's already purchased another house, so I'm hoping all of that went through smoothly. Hi, Brianne. Hello, my friend. I feel like I need to take a deep breath. There's so much to talk about. But I'm going to get started making art, and we can talk as we're going. But before I flip the camera, in case, congratulations, Janice. That's awesome. In case I miss it, does anybody have any questions? I sent a newsletter out today. Did you get the newsletter? If you're signed up for my newsletter, make sure you search Vicki Boutin, because even if it's in your junk folder or went some into promotions folder, you should be able to find it. So all that was in the newsletter is just an update to let you know dates for upcoming classes and all of those things. You like my lashes? I'm keeping them for a while. I like them because I don't have any makeup on. So I love that. I have no makeup on. So I am definitely digging, what did I tell you? Fluffy and buffy. Totally digging it. So yay, you sold your cottage. You're sad. I'll be moving my scrapbook stuff back home. That's sad, Helene, but hopefully you had lots of great memories there. So I think we're good, right? Hi, Margie. I just responded to your message. So you saw that, right? We'll talk later. I think that's good. I'm not seeing any questions. So let's just get into it. For tonight, as my welcome back, I wanted to mess around. Well, somebody said, can you show us some ideas for using washi tape? So I thought, let's do washi tape with some mixed media. So I decided to do acrylic paint because I felt like that's very readily available. Everybody should be able to find that. So I'm going to be using pinks, oranges, a little bit of yellow, and black. I am going to do a dragging technique, a really fun layered technique. We're going to layer washi tape. We're going to punch out some layered washi tape and then put cups with black paint around it. It's going to be very fun and quick background. We probably won't make a layout tonight. Okay, I think that I want to really focus on the technique. I want to then, as homework, take it and I'm going to make a card background as well. And then next Friday, we are going to make something pretty with it. And I might even elevate it another step. So give you guys all a chance to play with it this week. And then next week, we can elevate it. Do you have to use the same color palette? Definitely not. I just was, look at, I even wore pinks and oranges tonight. I was just kind of jamming with a little bit of pink and orange. I don't even know why. I just wanted to use pink and orange. Came to my head. And then a little bit of black. Can I use texture paste for the paint? Do you mean like my tinted texture paste, Kim? Like the fluorescent or whatever? 100% you can. Just dilute it with a little bit of water. 100% yes. I was going to grab that and then I thought I'll just go with acrylics. So can you use texture paste tonight? Yes, you can. If you own it and you don't have the acrylic paint, grab your texture paste. It will work beautifully. Hi, Tammy. How are you? Hi, Lisa. How are you? Hi, Laura. How are you? So you got the mail, excited about the 49th and market class. Me too. So let me talk about that before I flip the camera. Spectrum Sherbet. All the kits have shipped. I have access only. So if maybe you have purchased your own or you're going to use something else, but you want to participate in the, I think it's 4 or 5 hour long crop where I'm just going to, off the cuff, I'm going to sketch and make layouts and cards. That is available on vickyboutin.com for $20 Canadian. So what's that work out to, like $4 US? I don't know. It's not that bad, but it's $20 for hours. We're going to sit and make stuff. So even if you don't have Spectrum Sherbet, you can use whatever you like. If you ordered my kit already, I will be downloading all your emails. So make sure your email is on your on your account at vickyboutin.com. So when I go to capture all of the emails to send you a link, you'll be able to find it. If you don't get the email, I'm going to send it with plenty of time. So you can email myself or my good friend Natalie, and we'll make sure that you have the access code. If you buy access only, you will get the code automatically as a download. Okay, I think that is all of the things. And hello, I saw that my friend Nicole is here as well. I love it. Yes, see, $3 US. I don't know. It feels like that sometimes when I see anything that I shop in the US and we do the conversion on my Visa, and I'm like, wow, okay, maybe I shouldn't have bought those shoes. That's pretty pricey when you do the conversion, right? Question: I'm retiring finally in August. So will there be any classes with Print Shop? Paula, there will be. With every single one of my releases with my name on it from American Crafts, I will do a weekend event. And how I'm switching it up. So let's talk about that for a minute. If you're not interested in this, I'm going to start crafting in about 10 minutes. Okay. So if you want to go get yourself a cocktail, a cup of tea, you don't have to listen to me, or you can come back in a minute. But I'll talk about that because it's a good question. So that's cheap, Wanda, right? $15.50 for 5 hours of I'm just going to be crafting with you. So that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that with all of my friends who need the conversion. So it's good. Okay. So with Print Shop and with Evergreen and Holly, to give you an idea, Evergreen and Holly will go for sale first because it's the kit that will ship first because it's the one that will arrive at the American Crafts warehouse first. So it is scheduled to arrive in July. I will take the month of August and it will probably ship in September. I will put it up as a pre-order prior to that, and that class will be taught in November. I will give you the date soon because around other events, I have booked a weekend. So I will give you that date soon. It is going to switch up. So for all of my classes, there will be a kit that you can purchase from me for great value. Plus, there are going to be exclusives in this kit that are going to be extra special that I design, and you can only get in the kit. If you do not live anywhere where you can purchase the kit and you want to buy access only, you can do that as well. I usually do that for, I don't remember, what is it, $40, $45? It's going to be a 3-day event now. I'm going to give cards a day of their own. So we're going to have a card class, a layout class, and an album class for Print Shop and for Evergreen and Holly. Both those classes are going to have exclusives in there to sweeten the pot, right? To sweeten the pot and just something fun. I think it'll be fun. So that will be happening. Okay, that will be happening for internationals. I was talking to my friend Lael and a couple other friends who do the same thing. And I don't know how I can manage international with all of your in the EU. My goodness, I'm tired tonight. Because of the VAT taxes and all the rest. And again, it's one Vicki, so I don't know how to do all of that. So I am not sure how that's going to happen. I will let you know closer to the date, right? If I could do all the things, I would do all of the things, but I'm not sure. So just to give you an idea, yes, there will be classes. I did not put it up as a pre-order right now because how do I put it up? Print Shop as a pre-order. There's not even an order form for any of those American Crafts kits or products that are shipping in September. So things that are on there maybe won't be sourced and will be deleted or we can't get. So I don't want to do that yet. Evergreen and Holly, I've ordered. I'm going to be using that with a combination of the, I think it's Mittens and Mistletoe from crepe paper. But just to give you a heads up, there are 12 double-sided papers in Evergreen and Holly, but the paper pad has another 12 double-sided patterns in it. So I'm going to be splitting all of that so we get a good mix of all of those things. So that's all I'm going to talk about for that. Yes, there are classes coming. I'm not posting them yet. I don't want to take your money yet. And then we have to wait. Let's celebrate Sweet Rush, which we haven't even started using yet, right? Which is going to happen next week. I'm going to start using Sweet Rush. The kits are, we just finished the paper. Tomorrow we're doing the cardstock, and then it's all the embellishments. So by this week, I will start shipping. The first thing I ship with those are the kits that only have a kit and don't have any add-ons. So that's easy because Rich can just go box them all up. I print the stickers, we put them on, we get those out of the way first. And then I will go into anybody that has add-ons in there and we'll go through those. It's probably going to take me a solid week to week and a half just to ship orders, to process and ship orders. So it's coming, but that class is not until July. So I know you're seeing Sweet Rush rolling out, unless you're planning on using the kit that you get, just you're going to go hog wild and use it without my class. Don't panic. The class isn't until July. If you're going rogue and doing your own thing, sorry, it's coming soon. Okay, so I am gonna flip the camera and start doing that thing. Vicki, should I just start sending my direct money deposits to you? I'm telling you. And there's like, that stresses me. Releasing 2 collections in the same day. No one even saw Evergreen and Holly, because with it, whatever's going on with algorithms, everybody saw Print Shop. No one really even saw Evergreen and Holly. I feel like it was very anticlimactic to give you all of that information in one day. So you'll see me doing lots of sneak peeks and giveaways and fun things coming up, but I don't want to take your money yet. I would like to get Sweet Rush out of the house, and let's do Spectrum, and then we'll start looking at that. So it's coming, okay? Keep your money for a while, and then you can make that decision of where you want to spend it, right? There's tons of events and things going on. I love every single one of you who choose to spend your time with me, but we still can be friends if you found something else that tickles your fancy. Just don't tell me. I don't need to know, right? I want everybody to be with me, so it will be good. All right, let's flip the camera. Hello, Christine. And we'll chat as well, my friends. So any questions, let me know now. Flipping the camera, let's make some art. Here we go. La, la. See, I've got stuff set up and everything. You were more excited about the Christmas one. It's your favorite holiday. Me too, Laura. Although I have to say, I freaking love Print Shop. It just turned out so well. A lot of that art is created, the patterns, and from mixed media backgrounds. So it's really fun, right? Can you give the class date for Spectrum Sherbet? Spectrum Sherbet is the 29th of May. And I know that it is a long weekend, but friends, there are no weekends left. I have the cruise. I will be leaving. So I know it's not going to make everybody happy, and I totally understand it, and I do my best, but I wanted to make sure everybody got the product in time. For anybody who was buying access only, they could still look online and purchase stuff if they wanted to play along. So that's why I went with that. And Sunday, because I don't want to interfere with other people's stuff that goes on Saturdays, and I still have a family that I have to spend some time. So I usually do that on Saturday, but I will definitely look at switching it up to other days, because I know it doesn't work for everybody, right? And then there was another question. Oh, and Natalie, it is posted. I don't know if I can, I don't want to pull my calendar up and lose you guys. So let me see. Can I do it? I think I can. Let me see if it's in this calendar for July. The 22nd of July, that weekend, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, because we're going to do the cards on the Friday night. Okay, so there, that I found it, Nat. See how good I was? So I found it. Only until 4. Yep, I'm going to be going from 11 till 4. And I'm not taking really any breaks unless I need a quick one. I'm just going to be working solid through, like as if we were at a crop. So I will let you guys know ahead of Spectrum. I'm going to share my sketches. I'll post them somewhere. But I'll share the sketches, and I will give you some different like mat sizes and some things. So if you want to prep ahead of time, okay? So yay, let's do the things. And I don't know, there's no questions. We're good. So my thought for tonight, look at, this is my sketch. So I have my art wedge. You can find a old gift card, anything that's a straight edge. And we're going to do a little bit of paint dragging. And I'll tell you why, because when I'm using acrylic, it's thick and it can make your paper buckle, because with the viscosity and thickness of the paint, it holds a lot of moisture. So by doing a little bit of dragging, it dries really fast. So what I want to do is we're going to start by laying some paint on the background. We might put some different washi tapes down, And then I'm going to do a second page where we're going to layer washi. We're going to punch it. I have punches and dies and circles, but you could use any shape that you want. And then we're going to layer them and do kind of a decoupage background. And we're going to put paint circles around it. So there will be accents of black in here. Hi, Pamela. Question for those of us that did not order Sweet Rush kits. But just a couple of things, have those been mailed out? Probably not. I have to get through one thing at a time. So all of the Sweet Rush orders are organized right now by kit only, US add-ons, and then just the extras. So I will attempt to get that out as well, but sorry if you answered already. No, I didn't, but it's coming, right? Yessie's birthday is this Sunday, or the Sunday we're doing that class. Okay, let's get started. I get just easily distracted. So you're going to need 2 sheets of foundation or cardstock, whatever you're using. Okay. Because we're going to do the background, and then I'm going to do the second one that we're going to make some layered art with washi tape, and then I'm going to punch it and use some dies, and then we're going to layer it. And then everything that I do tonight at some point this week, I am going to redo in a smaller scale for cards. And then next week we can finish everything. Yessie's birthday's on Sunday. Happy birthday, my sweet friend. That is so exciting. Okay, so let's do the things. Are you ready? And then I grabbed some stencils and other things, because I really want to create some art tonight that just is super relaxing. So I grabbed some black paint. I grabbed whatever I had around. So a mix. I have deco art, Americana, some pinks. Pinks are so hard. It is the hardest pigment is pink. I feel like we need 10 different shades of pink, and a lot of acrylic paints only have a couple. And then I have also some fluid acrylics that have, they're more flow, to show you those as well, and one in a kind of yellowish orange, and then a couple shades of orange. So I'm going to put my oranges and pinks down first, and then I'm going to use the black as an accent color. I also might use some black ink. I don't know yet. We'll see. Maybe we'll stamp on it. You know how we roll on Friday Night Live. I've grabbed and kind of let you know what the basics are, and then we can go from there. And then in case I want them, I grabbed, there's more than this, but a bunch of different stencils. So when I work tonight, I wanted to show you with punches and then with the dies when we go to cut them. I got stars. I'm not going to use the stars, so I'm putting those out of the way. I am definitely going to be using circles. Question: is there a new black foundations paper coming out? I certainly hope so, Diane. That's what I'm saying. By them putting out the sneak peek in May, and that product line, like none of those product lines are shipping except for Christmas until September, tentatively. So we are in the process of making sure we can actually find a black paper that I like as much as this one. So I am saying, fingers crossed that all works out and the stars align and the angels sing, and we can come up with a great black paper that the pigment in because black paper has pigment in it. So when we put water, we don't want that to transfer. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I am certainly hoping so. It is listed, but I have not got anything to test yet. They are all acrylic, Yvonne, but you could use my texture paste if you want. You can use ink if you want. Why I want to use the acrylics is the opacity, and also that I can just pull them across the page quickly. Paula, which brushes? Are you talking about the stencil brush? Yes, I got a sample of that one. I sent it back because I want the bristles to be a little thicker. But yes, it should be in the next release. But it looks like the manufacturer is different, so we'll see how that goes. But yes, we're working on that. Well, they have to release a black paper. They want to get everybody excited about it. But like I said, we'll see. Like I am very much hoping that it happens, but at this point with any release, when you see it ahead of time, it might be in there and it might not. So just, I like to keep you guys informed, right? I love the black foundations paper. And if you noticed, well, I can show you, like, here's the whole thing. This is super anticlimactic for me now that we are showing you things that aren't going to be out forever. So normally I like to do a build up and build the excitement, but now it's the cat's out the bag. So let me show you something. So why I am loving, so this is what came for me to test, but these are going to be the new paints as well. And this will be magic on the black foundations paper. So I don't want to talk about all that stuff too much. You're going to find I'm really not going to talk about the new collections because we still have Sweet Rush we haven't even talked about. We haven't even used the new metallic texture paste. So we have lots to look forward to. And I just made a conscious decision that I'm not talking about the new collections for a couple of months now, right? Because we have so much other stuff we haven't even touched yet that you probably ordered and you own. I'd like to give you lots of ways to use that first, right? But it's going to be good. And those paints are absolutely gorgeous. I've tested them. I gave my go ahead. They are in production. So do you see what I'm saying? Think about that. When we do our releases, I wouldn't have showed you any of this until probably August. So we're way, way, way ahead, right? So I'm finding I'd rather, like, let's be surprised all over again. So I'm not going to be sharing anything about the new collections until way closer to the date. I'm not going to do the pre-orders for a while. Once I have to place my order, which means I've had to pay all of the money, I'll put the pre-orders up because I like to have people committed because I've invested all the money. But I'm not doing that until those orders go through. Okay, friends? So I'm going to let you keep your money until I need it. So it'll be good, right? It'll be good. Hello, Serenity. And hello, Dawn. I saw you as well. So it's very hot here today. And even though I just came back from the tropics where it was really hot, like 30 every day and humid, I am dying of heat today, right? So I'm going to take 2 sheets out. So I'm sitting over here. I'm going to have to drink my water in a minute because I'm getting overwhelmed. Crystal, you and me both, right? You and me both. That's why, like, I have to do it. And I'm very excited because I'm very excited. You guys see that quick little sneak peek of it, but think of all the time that went into designing all of that and into planning all of it. So I would like to celebrate it to its fullest. So we will wait. We still have Sweet Rush that all the work went into to celebrate. So, oh my goodness. Joy, you can keep your 96 degrees. I do not like. No bueno, right? No bueno. Send some heat across the country. It was cold in BC today for May. Yeah, it's crazy weather, right? Crazy weather, crazy gas prices. They're talking about a baby formula shortage, which for anyone with little kids, I think is absolutely terrifying. What do you do with a baby? You can't just go and buy it at McDonald's, right? So, like, that is some crazy times. I'm in a room with air. I'm very glad, Joy, because if I was in a room with no air, because we have our air conditioning on, I would be a very miserable Vicki. Hi, Krista. Welcome. Everyone, welcome Krista. It's her first time joining. I just found product on the Midwest Crop and Hop. I think I bought everything I could find. Absolutely beautiful papers. Love your style. Thank you, Krista. Thank you very much. I love what I do. And we're going to make some mixed media tonight. So if you're new to that, you're going to have a lot of fun tonight. Hello, Nadine. How are you? So I'm going to have a quick drink. Sorry, a quick chug. I have not got my water in. So let's talk about what we're planning here for our background. As you know, even if you're not a paper crafter or a traditional scrapbooker, you like to make cards, everything I'm doing tonight, you can duplicate in smaller scale for however you create your art. If you like to art journal, if you like to do canvases, you could totally do what we're doing. You just wouldn't go to the next step next week when I add the photos and all of the pretty embellishments, right? So you have lots of different options. You can't go to McDonald's. You can't, right? If the baby needs formula, you can't give the baby a milkshake, right? So scary stuff. I was like, what is going on in this world, man? What is going on? So what my plan is we're going to do dragging. So I'm using an art wedge. I have the scrapbook.com scraper. I don't have a gift card down here, but a gift card, an old Starbucks card or a McDonald's gift card works great. And even if it's a new one and you still have money on it, just clean it up and you can still use it. This mat is in my shop. It is the American Crafts Sticky. I think it's a Sticky Thumbs craft mat. So it is from American Crafts. I love them. So yeah, that's what I'm using here. And I put it down because I don't like to work on the one I have in the background because it doesn't clean up as easily as this one does. Okay. So whatever you have for your straight edge, we're going to put a little bit of paint down and we're going to drag it. And we want it to look messy and funky. And then we're going to layer the next color and then the next color. And then we might come back and revisit with another color. And then we're going to do some things with washi tape, which I gathered because I told you I'm going to kind of use a pink, yellow, orange, and black color theme. I just went and picked, I have 12 million washi tapes. So I just went and kind of grabbed colors that are in the family. This is ancient, but I thought, oh, look at the neons in there. Do you have stuff like this all over your creative space that you have not opened or ever looked at? Vicki does. Vicki does. And when Vicki talks about all of that stuff, she likes to refer to herself in the third person. I'm not using any paper tonight other than my foundations paper, which is this right here. And I have to say, even though it has my name on it, I'll brag a little bit. This paper is the bomb diggity. How old is that Heidi swap washi tape? Oh, it could be 10 years old. Natalie, I have stuff like that all over my room. And if I love it, I don't get rid of it. And there's no shame in my game, right? So this paper is 140-pound smooth white mixed media art paper. So it works really well. And Jen, somebody asked me to use washi tape and I said, sure. And we'll use it with mixed media. So when we're painting, you could even put see my very fancy sketch? See these little lines? That's washi tape. So I'm going to house some circles here that we're going to get to, and they're going to be made out of washi tape and then punched. And then we're going to put paint around them with a cup because I grabbed my cups, which, if you follow me, this is a major tool that I use all the time when we're doing mixed media backgrounds. So you could put the paint down and drag over top your washi, and I might do that. And then some of it's going to be layered on top. It's going to be so much fun tonight. It's going to blow your mind. So let's get started. I am going to go in. So colors that I have here. These little paints are awesome. You can get them online. You can get them at Dick Blick. You can get them at Michael's. But they are the Deco Art Media acrylic fluid acrylic. So it has more flow. They're very light body. And I'm going to start with those, and we're going to layer some Americana, which is just good old craft paint. And then I have my Liquitex black. So we're letting everybody come to the party. So I'm going to give these paints a shake. And I'm going to start with the cadmium orange hue. It's a little lighter. And then I have the, oh my goodness, these words, how do you say that? Pyrrole orange, and then let's get really hard. Oh my goodness. Is that an I? Diaryl paint. I should know these things, but I do not. I am not good with the English language. I'm not good with any of the languages, right? But let's go in here. I bought those pops of colors and the holder that Vicki told us about for National Scrapbook Day. Oh my goodness, Catherine, do you guys want to see? Look at, I'm all over the place. And if this is going to drive you crazy tonight, you might not want to play with me because I'm so excited to see you guys that I am going to be a crazy lady tonight. This is the layout that she's talking about. I love those pops of color. And it is on a video on YouTube. So I did that on National Scrapbook Day. But I love them. So you can use them as dimensional dots. And then I use them as a paint. And I did a dragging technique because Vicki likes to do the dragging technique. It's not even glasses, Natalie. I don't know how to say those words. I'm going to have to put it on like my phone that you can put the word in and it'll say it for you. You know how you would normally do that for Spanish? Can I do it for English too? Yeah, so we're going to. So the idea tonight is my pattern's all going to kind of run down the middle of my page. And like I said, I'm going to repeat it in a smaller scale later for a card. My pops of color arrived today. I love your layout. Thank you, Kari. See, it's Carrie. I have a Kari and a Carrie. So I apologize. I know what your name is. So I apologize that I said it wrong. So look at, I'm going crazy and I'm just going to put 2 drops right there. And you can use your art wedge. You can use your little draggy tool, whatever you have. And look at, let's push it back and forth because we want draggy, messy marks. Look how far that paint goes. So you don't need much, do you? It's not really going to be a less is more little dealio if you put too much paint on there. So see what I'm doing with my art wedge? I want some little straight marks and then you can turn it, whatever works for you, okay? And then look, I still have some on here so I can come and if I want to change up my pattern, do whatever you want, okay? First color deposited, clean off your mark making tool. They have that for chemical names. Yes, I know. I just will have to look up how to say those things. Yay! Okay. So that I went with the medium orange. I'm going to put a little yellow down just for fun now. Put a little yellow. This is brand new. I have to take, look at it. So do you remember, friends, why I'm doing the dragging technique? Because that's pretty much dry already. Watch when you're rubbing it across because this is wet and this is paper that you don't start to pill the paper or start having those little tears in it. Don't overwork it when it's wet. I have quite the tan. Are you noticing that, Dawn? Sexy, sexy, right? I'm going to put just 1 drop and I'm going to layer it right on top of, I might not have shaken that up very much. So we'll see if we get any color out of there. And I'm going to drag it right on top because less is more. And I don't want this to be everywhere just yet. I just kind of want to work it. So see, I'm just kind of picking it up and moving it around because that's fun. Trust me, it's fun. Love it. I don't want tons of yellow on here though. So I'm going to go and I'm going to cover most of that up. So I'm going to go in with the darker orange. And then I'm going to put some pink and then some orange. This is brand new too. I have to open this one. Does it matter if you have the same paint I do? Definitely not. Anything that is a thicker medium, you could throw it on here and throw it on your paper and try it. Remember, it does look like candy corn, doesn't it? But we will kill that when we throw our pink on there. So, ooh, that's way too much paint, Vicki. You got crazy there. Now I want to pull this way first and then back. Oh, love that color. I'm going to take some of that paint off. Too much. Remember, this is a light body paint. It's going to go pretty far. So I'm taking it off as I'm working because remember, less is more. If I leave that all on here, I'm just committed to a whole page of orange. So there's other things you could do too. You could get in here with a little water if you want it to go a little farther. Just careful again, remember, because, oh, look at what happened there. Magic just happened. I'm going to show you that in a minute. I'm going to pick some of that moisture up and some of that pigment up. And then I'm going to move that. Ooh, that's kind of fun, whatever was happening there. And I'm going to drag some of it down just because we can. So what happened here? Want to see? I'm going to do it here. So I'm going to take my mister. Do you see watermarking happened? Because this pigment is pretty opaque. It's thick. So if I go in here now and I just kind of splash a little bit of water on here and we drag it off. Oh, that one's too dry. It's not going to work on that. The pigment has to be pretty wet. I can lift it off in little watermarks. I'll show you in the pink. Okay, so let's go in here now and throw some pink down. I'm going to go in with this lighter pink, which is carousel pink. Hi, Carla. Welcome. And your friend Betsy. So happy to have you here. Orange is your favorite color, Christine? I love it. Then I must have done this just for you. I was going to try to bite it, and then I'm afraid I'd break my tooth. So I'm not going to bite this. I will use scissors. Don't bite it. Learn my lesson. Broke my bonding right off on my front tooth right before we went on vacation. And I had to get in there. Good thing I worked at the dentist's office and they squeezed me in. And then we got home and then Rich broke his tooth. And he kept telling everybody he broke it on a cheese quesadilla. And I'm like, I really don't think. Oh, here he is. There he is. It didn't happen, dude.
I broke it on that.
You cannot break your tooth on a cheese quesadilla. It's not even possible.
They're nice now.
They're nice now. He got his fixed too. He was coming down to say hi. You were missing everybody too, weren't you?
Yeah, I finished your first task.
And do we need those extra 25?
No, that's not the task I finished.
Which task did you finish?
Bookkeeping.
Oh, okay.
Now I go and finish the other task.
See, the first task you did is taxes. And now he's going to work on Sweet Rush. So just so you know, the whole dang family is involved in kidding your stuff. You broke your tooth on an orange. You did not, Cindy. Your tooth was already probably fractured and the orange is just what pushed it over the edge, right? I broke mine on a sandwich. I'm telling you, friends, right? Telling you. That would not fracture your tooth. It already had to be broken, but it's okay. I'll let you believe that an orange broke your tooth, Cindy, just like Rich can believe a cheese quesadilla broke his tooth, right? So 2 little dots of pink. Now this paint is a little bit thicker, not as thick as say the Liquitex. This is good and chunky. Well, not chunky, but good and thick. I'm going to push up this way to start. I want to come in over some of that orange. Like that, and then pull it back. Oh, I love that. See what just happened? That's magic. That broken spot. Totally going to take that. I like it. Now, for me to build depth in this, because it's not actually all that opaque, I'd have to wait. We'll have to let that dry and put another layer down. Okay. You killed the tooth on grilled cheese. All you crazies here now, right? I don't know, Vicki, if it was pre-fractured. I don't know, Cindy. Did you chew on a pit? Was there a rock in your orange? See what happens to, say your tooth had a root canal. If your tooth had a root canal and it didn't get crowned. And I remember because my mother broke her tooth on pizza. If your tooth has a root canal and it didn't get crowned, it no longer has a source to feed it. The nerve is dead. They cleaned it out. So your tooth can get very brittle. So that's why you always have to have your tooth that has had a root canal crowned, or you spent all that money for nothing. You will eventually, the tooth can break very easily. So maybe that could happen. Or if you're a clencher, like I clench my teeth, I don't grind my teeth, I clench them. So I have tiny fractures in all my teeth. So very easy for me to break teeth because that's probably how I deal with my stress, right? You broke yours on an almond. That totally could happen. Christine, I totally believe that could happen. Hello, Melissa and Kim. Oh, you left sugar babies in the car for winter. Phyllis, you didn't. Full disclosure, my cookie tooth breaker was a tooth that had a 30-year-old filling. Yeah, that'll happen, right? There's no structure. Like when we drill the middle of a tooth out to put a filling in, all the structure's gone. So if your filling starts to break down, there's nothing holding the tooth. So you can bite on something and break a cusp right off. Don't you love all this dental talk? It's so sexy, isn't it? You clench your teeth too, Jen? Yes, I had to have root canals in a number of my molars because I had tiny fractures and they started to hurt. And when they're fractured, then stuff can leak in to the pulp. And you need to have a root canal, right? Was your holiday and resort awesome? It was very nice, Angela. But I have come to learn that I am not, let's go to an all-inclusive and sit and don't do anything for a week. If you've met me, right? I can't do it. So I'm going to go in now with Royal Fuchsia. And I'm going to put some right here. And let's see, I'm hoping that it's got a little bit more opacity. And look at that color. So we're going to layer, I've decided. And guess what else I'm going to do? I'm going to break that up and put some pink there. And then we're going to feed some orange in here. So because these are just craft paints, they're not super expensive paints. This is where you start to learn about why you spend a little bit more on your craft supplies. So these paints are very pretty, but they do not have a lot of coverage. As like, let's grab some basics in a pink. There's only like, I think one shade of pink in the whole, like a hot pink, but see how purple it is? It's called medium magneta. It's magenta, but that's what I used to always call it, magneta. Vicki, you need to go to the rainforest in Belize. So much fun. I've been to Belize. I loved it. But I am not a all-inclusive girl. I decided I can't sit around. I have a very hard time. So let's put a little bit there. So I was okay for the first day and the second, maybe the third. And then by the fourth, I was like, oh my goodness, is my vacation almost over? Because the resort was beautiful. See, look at that. Do you see what I'm talking about? Now you see why, some mediums cost more than others. Because look at the coverage in that paint. That is what I'm talking about. Got to move some off here. But now I need to drag this. Oh, let me show you that technique I was talking about. Okay, got to take most of the paint off. Take most of it off. And while it's still wet, watch what happens. So if I go in here and put a couple little sprays on here. Okay, so you got to have paper towel handy. Was the magenta crayon always the first one in my sister's and my crayon box that went down to a nub? Yes, especially because I liked my Barbie coloring books, and that's what I put her lipstick was always, and I used to call it Magneta. Can you pass me the Magneta? So here we go. Watch. Oh my goodness. Did that just blow your mind? Just see that? So you got to drag off all of this. So the water ate through the paint that was sitting there. And look what we just did. See that magic? Don't overwork it. Very easy to tear your paper. That's what I'm here for, Catherine. Magic. Hi, Megan. Is it Megan or Megan? Megan or Megan? Okay, so I'm really digging what's going on here. But now I want to layer. This is too much pink. Got to put some more color in here. I'm not going to put yellow, but I'm going to drag some orange. And I'm going to go into that lightest shade of orange. And I'm going to put a little bit in here so it feels like it's just peeking. Just one tiny little dot. I love Debbie is here with her friends and I can hear them. Oh my goodness. Do you see that magic that just starts to happen? Look at when you layer on top. Oh, I love it so much. And I might layer pink again on top of the orange because I'm just crazy like that. It's Megan. Good. I said it right the second time, right? Catch you on replay. Hockey prevails. That's okay. You go. Who's playing tonight? I don't even know who's playing. I know that Toronto did. Toronto win last night. What a terrible person I am that I don't even know that. I don't know if they won. Did they win? I hope so, but probably didn't. So this is going to be some layering, right? I was in Punta Cana with my family a few years ago, and we had several tours. Yeah, we didn't do any tours. We didn't do anything. They didn't win. Oh, that's sad times, right? Freaking Toronto, man. Okay, I'm digging it. Guess what I'm going to do again? I'm going to drip some water on here. Not a lot, but a couple little spritz. Let's see what happens when we layer the pink on the orange and then drag it off. So let it sit there for a minute. Oh my goodness, I love that. I love that. Look at that, so fun. Okay, and do you see, almost dry already. This wasn't so dry, so don't stick your hand in it. But let's try to get that. I'm going to layer some of that darker orange up here, and let's see what we get. Oh my goodness, that's so exciting, Lori. So what is Northern Italy? Because my geography is not very good. So what would that be? Like, what would I see in Northern Italy? I want to know. So I'm going to layer this orange, and then we're going to put some water down on it, and I want to see what we get. Okay. Because I'm layering it kind of on top of orange already. So curious what we'll get. You know what I love, Lori, is this is just fun, right? This is just fun. You don't have to have any kind of destination where we're going. Oh my goodness, look what's happening here. And I didn't even intend to do this tonight, that kind of watermarking, but I am digging that, man. Totally digging that. So see what happened? Look at the layer. Totally love it. And I'm not going to lie. I don't want this to be so bold. So as it dries, I'm going to put another layer of pink on top. Let's go in with a lighter pink right over top of all of this. This one. Let's see what we get. Hi, Francine. How are you? I wish I was going to Italy in the morning. Who's breaking stuff? I think Rich is down here dropping stuff on the floor in the other room. Can hear he's crashing around. Rich, I'm hanging out with my friends. Why are you making so much noise? So I'm dragging this all over because I want to now quiet down those kind of water dots. But you could, if you wanted to, go right back in and see.
Don't worry, I'm okay.
I'm not worried. I'm hanging out with my friends and you're making noise. You're distracting us, Rich. Okay. We can't do this forever, so I'm going to do a little bit more up here. I'm going to switch it around. And I'm totally digging this. And I just want to carry a little bit now of that watermarking. Let's go in with the yellow. It is very easy to just keep playing and kind of get a little. So what's going to happen? See, there's business going on over here. I want to add a couple paint drips on here too. I want to do that before I'm done. Like, watch what I'm talking about because I'm not working in this corner anymore. So I'm going to add some water. And then I don't like how messy this is. So look, oh yeah, let's go in there like that. They're very small, so let's make one bigger. Maybe a little bit up here. I just find if it looks a little messy, paint drips to the rescue. Right? Paint drips to the rescue. That just kind of makes my messiness. What is the tool you're using? This is the Vicki Boutin Art Wedge. But you can use scraper tool. I ordered tons of these. I will be adding them. There's so much stuff I have to add to my store, but I have to get all the orders out first. So if you can't find it out there in the world of tools, there will eventually be back up on my website. But like I said, I've been working every day since I got home, right? What number paintbrush are you using? Usually a number 8 or a number 12. It's a 12. And I ordered tons of those too. There's actually, because this is what my house is, a warehouse right now. And guess what's laying upstairs all over the living room? Paintbrushes, art wedges, palette knives. I restocked all of the Vicki Boutin art crayons, everything. It's all up there in craziness. Let's pull a little bit more yellow. I'm just going to keep yellow in this corner, but I want to do that kind of watermarking right in there. Let's see. Oop, way too much paint. Get that off there. And then let's do those little drippies just so it carries around on the layout. I'm curious to see what's going to happen on the yellow. You're not going to see it in here, I don't think, because this is much darker than that, so it's not going to happen. But let's see if we can carry some of it in there. Yeah, I ordered all of it to restock because I know you guys are very good and you're not going to see it on that yellow at all. It's too light. So we'll go in with one more color on top of it and do the same technique again. Wipe that up. Oop, gotta watch what you're doing here, Vicki. So we'll put a little bit of orange on top and I'll lift it up out of the orange. Because you guys are very good with your supporting me, and I very much appreciate it. I also very much appreciate your patience because it has taken, I'm going to put a dot of each, forever to get this stuff out, right? Hello, Melinda. How are you in Iowa? I'm on the hunt for every stencil you ever made. Well, you know, Beverly, let me know if there's any that you're having a hard time finding that I possibly might have, because I found a bunch and I'm going to be putting those up eventually on vickiboutin.com. Okay, that's a lot of paint, Vicki. So now I have to go in there and do this because now I didn't mean to put that much on there. Let's see what we can get. So I drag it off. You could also lift it with a paper towel, but you run the risk of depositing the pattern from your paper towel. I love that. Good choice, Vicki. Don't you like when you refer to yourself in third person as you're crafting? And you're like, oh, that was a good choice, Vicki. So very happy with that. And I know now we talk about this, time to leave it alone. It's time to leave it alone. There's enough business going on here. I might put one little drop. I'm a liar. Just lied right to your face. Like the tiniest little bit of pink right here. Like a little bit. See? Just a drop. Just a little drop. I need the wild flower and honey stencils. Which ones are they, Irene? Like you would think I should know these things, right? But see, little bit and just a little draggy. And then turn it because I don't drag it the same way. Oh, I love that. And I'm going to put the water on it because I like that effect. And then drag it right off. Oh, I love it. It totally broke that all up. See that, friends? And it does some really magical things when you're putting the paint on top of paint comparatively to putting it directly on paper. Because what has happened is the paint has created a seal. So it's very easy to lift that pattern when you're layering it on top of paint. Does that make sense? And you're not going to tear your paper as easily because you have that kind of like gessoed primed area. These colors make me happy too, you know, and I'll find a photo, some kind of photo to use on here. I have an imprinted one, but I really was digging it. And I'm not even going to put any pink paint drops. I'm just going to go with that. So I ended up painting way wider than I had originally planned, but look at, there's no reason I couldn't. Oh, I kind of dig it like that. What do you think? Like, I really like it. Or like this. Really digging that. So I'm going to make sure now with a clean paper towel that I have all the water off of here. And hello, Debbie, my friend. How are you? You need the story bubble stencils. Yeah, I have to look at pictures because I don't know. I don't have a lot of the really older ones, but I did locate some of the older ones. And then I might have class sets. So if you guys don't care if they're used, I'm going to post all of that stuff once all these kits are gone. When these kits are gone, that's the next thing I'm going to do are the grab boxes because it's all ready. I just not putting it up until I get Sweet Rush out and the cruise stuff. So, okay. So this is going to be our base. Now, oh, remember I told you we could put washi tape on there? I didn't, but we can do it now. So what direction do you guys think I should do it in? Like that? Do you like it like this? Or do you like it like this? I'm going to, I'm asking you, and in pure Vicki fashion, I'm going to do what I want anyway. I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to leave it like this. Hi, Lael. You have a big stack here of brand stencils that I found for you. Oh, yes. Which ones, Lael? I forgot about that. Lael went to the warehouse sale at American Crafts and grabbed me a whole bunch of stencils. So now we need to know, Lael, which ones? Which ones do you have? Because look at, all of that's going to be going in my store. I don't need them. So remember, black is going to be our accent now, and it's going to be very fun. But let's go in now and create some washi tape pattern that we're going to layer washi, and we're going to punch out some circles. She'll go look, and she'll let me know. Look at Lil to the rescue. I totally forgot about that, Miss Conkar. I don't know. I hope they're old ones. Really hoping they're old stencils because that will make a lot of you guys happy. Because don't forget, so I don't even know. My friend Paige Evans, who I absolutely adore, she knows exactly what collection she's on. I think it's like her 13th or something. Your friend Vicki Booten doesn't remember anything. So Lil's going to post the picture so that we can look at it. So see what I'm doing here? I'm just going to layer some washi. So just go ahead and layer, oops. And even these little pieces, see, I just tore that piece off. Love it. Not going to waste it. So this is like decoupage, but we don't need any adhesive because the washi tape is adhesed, pre-adhesed. So we're just going to tear. Actually, the funkier you tear it, the more interesting the pattern's going to be. So you can go in and layer big enough for whatever your circle punch or whatever punches. Tear it. Can you guys see? Tear it. You need the set with the jewel on top. Yeah. We'll see what there is there. But friends, even if Lael posts it, which she probably shouldn't, don't post it, Lael. Just send me the picture and I'll do it later because people are going to be thinking I can do it right away. And it's not going to be happening for a little bit. Where do you get the basics? Christine Michaels, Blick. You can totally, all of these. I have every single color, all of them, some of them multiple, because I love to do gel plate printmaking. And it is, I find, one of the best paints for printmaking. I love it. It's nice and thick. It does wonders. So see, I have that pattern. So we also can do where I'm going to take that same yellow because I think, right? Because I won't have them right away from you, my friends. So I think people will then want them and I won't be able to send them right away. So Lil will send me the picture and then I'll talk to you guys about that. Thank you, Robin. Yes. So all those places. See, I don't have Hobby Lobby here, so I would definitely not know exactly what they have in stock. So thank you very much, friends. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that magic that just happened. Let's do that again, and I'll put it up closer to the camera. So when you layer, because they are slightly transparent, right? The washies, which I absolutely freaking love washi tape. So when you layer it, look at what we get. A very fun, because that color shines through, creates a whole new color. It's very fun. Is anyone playing along with me tonight? Because I know what I love about our community. If you're new here, like I told you before, welcome. I'm very happy to have you here. We all are. Is that a lot of people just like to hang out. So you'll find there's a lot of people might not even craft, but will still hang out with us on Friday nights because it's good company, right? Good conversation. You have some really amazing humans here and some pets. So some are not human, they're fur babies. Because we have a lot of people who, while they're crafting, their cats are hanging out or their dogs are hanging out. What size circles will they be? Okay, I will tell you what's going to determine. I'm going to tear this one. I'm going to get really funky and try to tear little strips because I think that'll be fun. It's going to be determined by my paint cups, right? So those are going to be my circle sizes. So I will tell you in a minute. And then that's why I grabbed my dies. I think I'm missing one, right? There's probably one size missing. I don't know where I put it, but I won't need it because I really only need the smaller ones. You're just hanging out and getting inspired. I love it. And I hope at some point, Leanne, that you get a chance to create too, right? Because like I said, what is amazing about our lives is a lot of you will just check in because like I said, it's happy time just to have the company. And if you've had a hard work week, it's nice to just hang out. But then one time you're going to be here and something I do totally will inspire you. You're like, I am grabbing my stuff tomorrow and I'm totally going to be making some stuff. I love that, Holly. Ruby, Holly's dog, and I are just observing tonight. Hi, Ruby. That was in my making all the dogs in the neighborhood howl voice. So I like that. I have some different colors in here. I'm really actually digging mixing the patterns. Oops. So if you don't want them to lift at all, like say you were going to put this on an album cover or something you were touching all the time, you could totally go over this with some matte medium to seal it and let it dry. And then you will have like a coating on top, right? So you could totally do that if you wanted to. I wonder how Debbie House is watching when she's supposed to be driving home. Trina, where's she driving home from? Is she a passenger so she can watch, or is she just listening? Just listening while, I want to know what you guys are up to. I'd like to know. Just listening while I help my husband tape down metal discs for sublimation. That sounds very interesting. I have no clue what you're talking about, Carrie, but I'm very excited to know what you're up to. You need all the multicolored washi in my bin. Which one do you want me to use? See, I want it to be pretty simple. I'm going to do this one, though. Look at that one. I think is going to be really pretty. So let's do this. This is an older one. I think this is from one of my first collections. Like this might be from the first Vicki Boutin collection. Because I do have lots of product around here. Hello, Libby Hickson. How are you, my friend? She's with her daughters. Oh, look at how pretty that is. Let's put put some of that down. Whoop. If I don't ruin it. Did you hear all of that? Look at, Vicki wrapped it all on itself. My friend Lil Conkar has so much washi tape in her stash. When I go to visit her, I steal some and she doesn't even notice. Did you know that, Lil? I go in, you better watch me. But sticky fingers, I get in there and go, ooh, I like this one. She won't even notice. You have way too much washi from Lil. Yes, right? She is an amazing washi collector. I also steal her clothes and her jewelry when she's not looking. And she still lets me come back. I will be going to visit my friend Lael in July, and we'll be talking about that because I'm going to be part of her live on Saturday, and she's going to be part of my live on Friday night. It's going to be so much fun. I love Lael too, Terry. We have been friends for a very long time. So let's do that. Tear some of that off in here. And then I'm going to do a couple stripes of the orange. I'm liking that. So instead of mixing it all up, I'm going to do a bunch of the yellow, and then I'm going to put a little bit of this down. You'd steal Lil's Christmas tree. I have not visited her at Christmas. I go in the summer, and then we go on an adventure, and we go shopping, and we do a lot of fun things. So no chance of ever running out of washi. I hear you, my friend. So I'm going to put that piece down now, kind of over top of the yellow. But then I'm going to layer some yellow on top. I love the thin ones. These are probably my favorite. Oh, I like that. So we'll do that there. And some there. And a little bit there. And just go with that. And now let's do a pretty pink one. So let's see what is going to, ooh, you know it. This is new out of Sweet Rush. I'm going to use this butterfly one. Yes, Lael is a very talented decorator as well. We are very good friends, but our aesthetics are different, right? I'm going to do black too. Maybe black and pink. I'm going to do black and pink. So we'll do the butterflies. I have a Barbie Christmas tree, and I have a Christmas tree with gnomes on it. And then I have one that is very candy themed. So there's a lot of color going on all over, right? I joined late, so I'm curious, what is being made tonight? Well, Trina, we made this background, and now I am doing some washi tape layering that I'm going to then die cut some circles out of it, and then we're going to go in and do one more layer tonight with black paint. Why are you putting washi onto I'm going to cut it. I could use thinner cardstock, Leanne, but it's what I had. So I totally could have. Yeah, don't waste. You don't have to put it on your foundations. You could put it on your just cheap cardstock because you're going to cut it out. That was a great catch, Leanne. Thank you for mentioning that. You do not have to waste your foundations for this. This one, you know, washi, sometimes the adhesive sticks to that kind of thin paper, and you have to kind of dig into it because now this one is pretty stuck. There we go. Got a piece. Look at that butterfly one, though. That is everything. Oh, I love it. So that one is out of Sweet Rush, and it is very pretty. Okay, let's keep rolling here. We got stuff to do. Yes, I know I have a lot of tan. I definitely did get some sun. Well, that's all I did, Libby, is drink Murphin specials from the bartender there. It was so good with like lime and watermelon all crushed in a glass with oranges. Oh, it was very delicious. So I partook in some Murphin specials and the sun. That's pretty much what we did. Okay, friends, let's put down one more butterfly. Oh, that's a great idea, Pam. Okay, love it. And then we're gonna, oops, I keep pulling that one up, pulling that piece up. So we have some, I better put a little bit more black or something on that one. I like that. I'm not gonna use those two because they go on the layout. And we have the neon still and some navy. Let's do one more polka dot on that. Where did it start and where does it end? What kind of medium did you use on the first piece? Was it acrylic or watercolor? Acrylic, Anna. Because it is thicker. Oops, I'm dropping stuff on the floor. And great for the pulling technique. Just dragging it. So it is acrylic. Hi, Pamela from New Zealand. How are you doing? So is it fall in New Zealand right now? What time of year is it? Because you're opposite ours, right? What kind of weather are you having in New Zealand? I love New Zealand. It is one of my favorite places in the whole wide world. And I am hoping if my friend Michelle shows up, she'll say, yeah, if you ever returned my emails that we're trying to work out next year. Oh my goodness. Well, I can't use this one right now because I can't actually get it started. I'm gonna have to cut it or something. So some of these have been around for a very long time. So the glue has glued the paper pretty good. Scrapbook Carnival was in Calgary today and you scored many V-Booth things. That is very exciting. I saw somebody post something about scrapbooking going on. I wonder if that's where they were. Scrapbook Carnival. Okay, good. Let's go for it. See, so this one is lifting a little bit, right? Because it had, the adhesive is all stuck on it. So I'm going to use some of my matte acrylic gel. And I am going to put a little dabber on there like that. And then I'm going to do this. And guess what that will do if they're lifting? I just sealed it, right? So that is not going to be dry right away. But by rubbing a very thin layer, I can give it a quick blast with my heat gun. And then that should be good. And now because we used some different colors. Oh, I didn't do any orange, did I? This is the only orange I think I have. Well, this one's orange-ish. We'll just go with it. You can slice through. Yeah, I'll have to slice through it and peel it back. But I'm not going to do that right now. But yes, I will definitely clean that one up. It's an old one, but it's pretty with those little mixed polka dots. So I will not throw it away. I will just wait. So now what I'm going to do is punch some circles out. We don't need a lot of them because it's only going to be a little corner. And then we're going to go in with our black. Our black is going to be our accent, right? Yes, I will take my X-Acto knife and I'll cut into it and then just peel that away. But I will do that momentarily. So you can punch out of these, right? So this should work. This punch is a 1.5 and this will be slightly bigger between this and this. Oops. So I totally could go in here, right? Oops, not like that. I have to cut into it because it doesn't go deep enough. And then I'm going to cut these out and I'm going to die cut them. right? And what I love is then look at, we just have this fun, pick a section, and then you get this fun little textured, and it's pretty thick. So my punch might need a little help, but I love that. Look at little funky circle now that we can use and layer on the layout, right? I love it. So we are not, I think my goal is going to be no pattern paper on this page. I will not use pattern paper. I am just going to use, now it was thick to cut through too. Don't forget, because I'm on foundations paper, right? Because I should have been smarter and not use foundations, but. So don't waste your foundations. I will cut this piece off because guess what? I can use this top pieces for my card. I'll use this later for my card. You do not have to use foundations. I just want to cut these so I can fit them through my die cutting machine. So that will work. Okay. So I'm going to use the die cutting machine because it will just be faster. You could use this on any cardstock. Yes, 100%. You do not have to use foundations paper. I only had it out and I was late getting ready tonight, so I just went with it. But you do not have to use foundations paper. It is my favorite drink in the heat. What's your favorite drink in the heat, Paula? I missed it. My favorite drink right now is water, and I'm going to drink it because oh my goodness, I came home from being in the tropics where it was very humid to back home where for some reason my house is like the desert and all of my lips are peeling off. My entire whole mouth is peeling off. Has anybody ever done that? Come home from somewhere really humid and then we have humidity here, so I don't understand it, but my house must be super dry. And I literally went to put lipstick on tonight and I had to take it off because you guys would have looked like I have freaking, what is the disease in the fog where all their skin falls off? That's what I look like I have. What is that? Remember in the movie The Fog and your face is falling off? That's what's happening to me. My face is falling off. So just thought I would share. Oh my goodness, let me delete this. This person comes and does this every night, every time we're on live. So I don't know how I block that person. Let me know if they post again. I don't know what it's like to exist without humidity, but it's very humid here, Dawn, so I don't even know what's going on. Krista, that happened to me too. Oh my goodness. So the book, Stephen King, and I forget what disease they have, and that's who lives in the fog. And I'm forgetting what that back in the day. What is the disease where their skin falls off? Oh my goodness. That's what happens, Vicky's brain. You're playing along. I love it, Maureen. So see, I want circles that are going to be around leprosy. Thank you, Simone. Leprosy. Oh, that's perfect. Yes, they have leprosy. So which one? I want this one to be a big circle because I really, really love that. So yes, in the movie The Fog, when those people are in there, it's because they were part of a leprosy colony. So they all got left on that island to die. So that's why they come back and haunt people. If you guys do remember that movie, or are you like, what the heck is this girl talking about? We need a good butterfly represented in that one. So I'm going to cut those two. And this is why, if you do not have a manual die cutting machine, and look at, don't judge either, because I stole plates and platforms off of other ones of my machine, and I just haven't went and fixed any of them. And I just bought a new die cutting machine, the new one, the Switch. I have it upstairs, but I love that. Easy peasy. So let's cut a bunch of them out because we need some for the card as well, right? So whatever circles are going to fit. I'm going to cut out. I don't have to do all that now, but I will be doing that. These two I like the size of, and then we can do one in this size. I never saw it, but I heard of the movie. Yeah, The Fog. It was so scary, right? Because the fog rolled in and then things would grab you in the fog. That's awesome, Jamie. Hello, Jamie Ramsey. How are you? I have some things. I'm going to put something on my mouth tonight because tonight it's really bad. The skin is so dry, I can't feel my lip. I can't feel my bottom lip. How crazy is that? Crazy town. Let's do that. Ooh, I even like that kind of broken piece right there. Okay. Just keep rolling here. This is why we're not actually making a layout tonight, because sometimes the mixed media prep, which I tell you, it's my favoriteest part, just takes a little work, right? But this to me is super relaxing. Just sit here, play around, make the things. Right? Good for your mind, body, and spirit. And then the washi got stuck. Stick that back. And we could do something with these as well after. Okay, I'll think of something I love. Look at, how fun is that? Use that as a frame. So I will be conscious of that with this one when I cut it. I want smaller ones. Like that, and like this. Do that, that, and like this. Did it move? Nope. Okay, let's go. Good night, Karen. And I'm sorry, I haven't said hello to you, my friend. Yeah, I'm going to do something tonight. My face is a little bit of a mess. I have to ask though, anybody out there, did you watch horror movies in your youth? Was that a big thing? Like, I don't like scary stuff now, but when I was younger, I absolutely loved that stuff. Like loved the horror movies and reading those books like Stephen King. Oh, all day long. I read them all in my youth. And I wonder, but now I have no desire. I have a best friend who loves horror movies. She still goes to the movies to watch horror movies. And I do not like to be scared anymore. No, they're not sunburned on. Like, it's very weird. Like, all of my lips are peeling off. I read all the scary books and watched all the movies. Did you really, Mari? Yes. Back in the day, that was the thing, right? Oh, look at how fun this is going to be. We could make a little shaker box out of it. I'm going to make a card out of that shaker box right there. That's going to be shakers. I love it. The Omen. Oh, do you remember? Damien in 666 was tattooed on his forehead. Oh, yes, that one scared me. All of those. And you think how cheesy they were, but it was scary, man. Didn't he push his mother down the stairs or something, that kid? See, every guy I dated, man, I dig in his scalp and make sure he didn't have 666 on there. I better go check Rich's tonight. See if he's got 666 in there. Okay, so I think that will be fun. I don't know if I'm going to use all of these, but we have them, right? Okay, so now let's start to put the finishing touch on the background. So we are going to make this base, and then next Friday we're going to finish a layout, but we're also going to make a card. So, you know, normally, well, I wouldn't probably put this through the Mink because it's acrylic paint, but it's not bad. And you know, when it goes in your page protector, it will flatten out. Carrie, oh my goodness, yeah. No, I'm too much of a coward to watch scary movies. Silence of the Lambs. Kathy, that was one of the best movies I've ever seen. That one and I See Dead People one. Which one was that one? Was that Macaulay Culkin in it? The I See Dead? No, it wasn't. It's the other guy, the one with a good doctor. That one was and Bruce Willis. That was one of the best movies I've ever seen. Sixth Sense, Mari. You know why? Because I always know what's going to happen. I can always tell you the plot. And Rich will be watching with me. He goes, how did you know that was going to happen? I said, I don't know. I should rate these movies. But that one, I had no clue. I did not see that coming. I had no clue in that movie. It was the best. I loved that movie. And I remember that movie like back in the day when, because we couldn't watch movies on TV, that you'd have to get the tickets because it would sell out, right? And that one was one of the best. I loved it. Okay, let's decide how we're going to do this. So I'm not going to put a lot of business going on. And remember, I still want to put some washi on the page, but look at how fun that these are going to be. So where's my sketch? Let's see, what did Vicki plan out here? I dropped it on the floor. So only kind of up, look at, there's dust on my floor. Did you see that? Only in that corner. And then some washi business going on. So I don't know if I'm going to use these on this page. These ones might go on the card. And I might, because I really love the butterflies. So we might keep it super simple with that kind of business right there. I might only put 3 of these on here, right in that corner off there. Oh, look it. Don't judge me. That's off my floor. And maybe just 2 down here. Yeah, that might be what I do right there. So that's going to be what's going on here. And then I can put photos wherever I want. So I love this, but do you see it's getting lost a little bit, right? So how are we going to make that pop? And that's where black is going to come in here. So I'm going to rim my cup with black, and I'm going to put my base down for these. So what will work for those circles? Okay, so I'm going to create a little bit of a base, and then we're going to do something else that's kind of fun. So what should we do first? Well, it won't matter. I'm going to put my cups down. So let's make our own little stamp pad with black paint. Okay, so I'm going to just put some paint down on here. And then I'm going to do this. Okay. We can test it on something just to make sure we are happy with the consistency of that paint. I'm loving it. So this is totally a Natalie kind of thing, right? I know I want this one to kind of go off the page. So I'm going to do this and turn my cup a little bit. Layer it up. Do another one offset and turn my cup a bit. And sometimes I'll cheat because I don't like that there wasn't very much black. Oh, I love that business right there. Love that, right? So now when we put this guy in here, it's framed and has like it's housed, right? So I love that. And now I know I want the other one to kind of go over here. So let's go with the smaller cup, and you might have to add a little bit of water. So when I go to the dollar store, I buy everything that will make an impression. I buy cups, bubble wrap, all of those kind of things, right? You could go in with navy. You could go in with whatever you want. And I'm going to go in now and put one here and offset it. But the other thing that I know I want with this one is when it goes on here, maybe not. I'm a liar. I'm not going to tell you what I was thinking. I was going to stamp some right on there, but I decided I don't want to. But I do want kind of a little business going on. So I just dragged it to make it a little messy. Okay. Now I want this one to just kind of sit off by itself right there. So let's take our little cup and we are going to do it down here. And I'm going to drag it. Look at that. And then we can do another one on top. Okay. Now I know it's this size for these two. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to do a little ring. And a little ring, drag it a little bit. Okay. Love it. Okay. Know when to stop. It's enough. But now do you see that layer is on top of all the pretty we did underneath? And that makes it a little bit more interesting. Now, because I have no patience, normally I would just walk away and let this dry. I will clean my cups too because I reuse them all the time. And clean off your paint. So take the paint and don't add water right away. Try to get all of the paint up first. Because if you go and start adding water or use a baby wipe right away, you just reconstitute that paint and it's harder to clean up and then you have black paint everywhere. So get most of it up and then clean your plastic. Okay. Lickety split, Barbara trick. And now I'm going to go on here and do this and get most of the paint off. And the reason I'm cleaning some of these is some of them I only have one in the size. So I want to be able to use it again. What is Wolf Creek? Where is that now? True crime. That's a really scary stuff. I agree. Dawn, I was just watching on Netflix, the Gacy one. And that dude was totally crazy. Is he still alive? I don't even know if he's still alive. Well, they're all crazy, right? And where we live, we had the whole Bernardo thing, right? With Paul Bernardo and the murders and the craziness. And it's just scary even knowing that stuff is going on in this world, right? Very sad. It was very close to home. Okay. And this is what happens when we use black paint. You got to be in it because it's messy. So remember I was saying I want to make sure it's dry so I can go in with the next step. So I'm putting this down and just picking up some of that wet paint, but I don't want to rub it. Yeah, real life is way scarier than a book. I just got to wipe this stuff. Gacy is. I didn't know if he was alive or not. Okay. Why I'm wiping my hands really well is I want to make sure I don't transfer any of that paint anywhere, right? So make sure that it's not actually wet on my hand. And now I'm going to wipe this one. And the reason being, because now some of you, who out there is looking at it and going, oh, I don't like the black. I'm not digging that. I wish she wouldn't have added the black. Or when I do this, I'm not going to add the black. Because I'm sure some of you out there are doing that or saying that or thinking it. And I want to share something with you. See, now we, it's not as dark. And then this guy's going to go down here. But I want to show you something else, some other options. So now if we want to add some more black in here that kind of softens the whole thing and brings it together, is you can go in with a stamp or you can go in with a stencil. And we are going to now layer. You know why I always tell you guys, what are the two things I love? Script stencil and one that looks like book paper, which I love. I have a couple of hero art sets that I absolutely love. Or I can go in with a stencil like polka dots or hearts or something. You could go right in the center and add some black that you could then layer your photos on top of, right? You totally could do that. So let's make a decision what that's going to be. The other thing I want to do, oh, I'm such a ding dong. I cleaned all the black paint up and I wasn't done with it yet. Wasn't done with it. I want to add a little bit of black here. So I'm going to put it back on. I'm going to put it back on. Okay, just a little bit. So I'm going to take my art wedge and I'm going to add a couple little lines here. Okay. So I'm just running the edge of my, oh, that's going to be fun. So I want to just add on this side some little lines like that. I could actually do it on both sides if I want. I'm digging it, but you got to know when to stop too. You can always come back, so don't get too crazy. Oh, I love that. I might do a little down here. Okay. That's fun, right? There we go. Wipe that up again. Because for real, I'm not going to use any more of that. If I'm going to use black now, I'm going to use ink. But I like that little pattern. And like I said before, there's no reason, right? I might still switch this up. And I can see how these weren't very straight. So see what a liar I am? I'm putting one more line in. Okay? Because I just noticed that how angled that was. And it's not like it broke anything. I just will add some that are straight over top, and then I don't notice them as much. Okay. Very good. And now the next step. So, do you want me to go in with pink or black? Pink or black? Because we are going to, you could go in with white too. And I'll tell you what white would do. White would be like taking away what you did. So if I went in with white on top of this now, the white would look like I'm pulling the white from the back of the page up to the top. So we could totally do that. I'm just picking some of that up so I don't lay my hand in it and ruin everything. Okay. I'm going to go in black. Black first, and then why are you asking us? Dawn, you know me. She's like, why are you asking us, Vicki? Because you're going to just do what you want anyway. There is some truth in that. So there are a couple things. We could use this piece that we had, and we could totally mask. Do you want to do that first? Oh, my goodness. I just had an idea, Dawn. Why are you asking us? She knows me. Totally knows me. Look at. So this is one of my exclusive stencils that are on VickiBooten.com. I am going to, oh yes, totally going to do this. I love it. Okay, let's find some ink. Now, my concern is I can't really use distress ink, right? Because distress ink is probably not going to dry on top of acrylic paint. So, what does Vicki do? Do I use paint with my stencil brush or with my art wedge? Let's think about this. So I have two things I'm going to do here. I want to go in with that. Oh, here's another thing that could happen. What about that one? I'm going to mask. Oh my goodness. So see that? But I only want to use that. So, okay, we're going to do the things. It's going to be so much fun. I'm very excited about that. I need to put some washi tape around that. I'm just trying to figure out where I put it. Oh, there it is. Let's throw Put some washi on there. It's going to be good. Paint with a brush. Okay, good. And you know why, Jennifer, that's a good idea? I'm not pulling out any other mediums. But I need to use my stencil brush. Archival would work too. I could totally go in with paste. You could totally go in with like glaze on top of it if you wanted to. But I am going to mask that. I just wrecked that washi. I'm going to use this stencil. I'm very excited about it. But I need to mask that off. I bought myself some masking paper, but it's upstairs. So I'm wasting my washi tape, which you don't need to do, right? There's different things you could use. Masking tape. Whatever, it's all good. It's not like I don't have 75 other rolls of washi tape, right? And I know a lot of you guys purchase these stencils, right? So you might have this one. So now you can use that. And guess what I'm going to do? Put black paint down for the 12th time after I cleaned it up. And we can use the paint. You just got to watch. It has to be very little paint on your stencil brush because you don't want to push it underneath your stencil. Okay. You could use an ink blending tool as well. Do you want me to use an ink blending tool instead? Because you could use it, right? Okay. I think that's going to be good. Let's try this. It's going to be fun. Let's do the things. I'm going to use an ink blending tool. And like Dawn said, why are you asking? Just to make you feel like I let you be included, and then I do what I want anyway. Oh my goodness. What a crazy lady, right? It is Vicki Boutin. It's one of my stencils. Right? It is, right? The doodle circles or something. I don't even remember what it's called. It's on my site. Okay. So I don't want a lot of paint on here, so test it. Less is more. You can always layer it, right? Ooh, and I actually like if it doesn't go on super black. So let's try. So I'm tapping it through. I'm not rubbing it. I don't want to push it underneath the stencil. Let's see what it's going to look like. But now that I got my layer down, I can rub it a little, especially where the text is. Okay, you ready for the reveal? Let's look. Oh my goodness, doesn't that look like kind of like graffiti? I love that. So I'm going to put one of them here, and then I'm going to choose another section of the stencil. Sorry, I'm not talking as much when I start to focus. I love that. I love that. It almost looks like sunset, doesn't it? Like in shadow. So now, because I'm kind of controlling what's going on here, I'm gonna go rogue, and I'm not gonna mask. Just going to kind of try to keep it in there. Just pick another section of that stencil. So I'm all right if it doesn't finish off perfectly. Look at that. Oh, I love it. And I'm going to pick one little one. Oh, look at that one says love. Totally going to use that. Let's try it. Right down here. Yes, I will be eventually doing some more exclusive stamps and stencils. And that might be what you get with when I do the kits. Okay, let's hope it turned out. It did. I love that. Little graffiti. Looks like graffiti. And now I think I want one that just goes off the bottom. Uh-oh.
Hi.
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 What are you doing?
Vicki.
What? Oh, I'm on live.
Look at our hats.
Oh my
I don't have
goodness.
one.
I
The
didn't
lashes
want to
look
come
so
over there.
good.
Thank you.
Hello, Facebook Live. Hey, Facebook
There
Live.
are
It's-
427 people
It's
here
her
tonight.
second daughter here.
Yeah.
And her
Hi.
third.
It's Devin here.
Okay, crazies. Get out of here.
I just want to say hi.
And show me they're going to the Western bar they're both in cowboy hats, and it is our
And
lovely
blue jean night.
blue jean and cowboy hat. Okay.
Your lashes look good.
So I will thank you.
I missed you.
I missed you too.
I missed you too.
I missed you
Everyone
too.
say
Happy
hi.
birthday,
Thank you.
sweet baby.
We had to Uber. That's how desperate we were. We had to Uber.
There's nobody giving you while I was away.
Drive, and Audrey drove once.
Candace pulled through and picked us up.
Oh, that's awesome. And is it just the three of you going?
Taylor's coming.
Okay, nice. Okay,
It's
have
a really
fun.
pretty layout.
Thank you. Look what I
I know,
made.
she's so excited.
She is so slick.
Throw this in my sink with some water on it for me. Okay, Devin's gonna wash his stencil, but I think that's done. I like that, and I'm gonna show you one more step. I'm gonna do
Is
one
there a
more.
mechanical bull? Yes, there is.
There is
We're
a
going on the
they
boat.
are.
Riding a bull.
Yes, Urban Cowboy. What was that movie from back in the day with John Travolta? What was that one? Not Rhinestone Cowboy.
Oh, Candace is here.
Everyone
Okay.
tell her it looks beautiful.
Beautiful.
And she's a beautiful artist.
And
Thank
she's slay.
She's so slay.
I so
Say
slay.
Vicky slays the house.
Am I supposed to put it with water in there?
Just throw and put the
Bye,
plug
like
in.
queen.
Okay, have fun.
Bye, Facebook Live.
Oh my gosh, get out of here, dorks. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you're in the Booten house. Urban Cowboy. Do you remember that? And I forget, Johnny somebody or other sang the theme song from that one. I loved it. Now somebody's got to remind me what the song was.
Okay.
I'll
Sorry.
just text
Can I close
me.
the door and everything.
Okay.
And then I have like a box of my drinks for Miles tomorrow.
Okay. Bye. Get out.
Okay, love you.
Bye.
Have fun.
Okay.
I'll see you.
Try to remind me what the song was from Urban Cowboy. It was a Johnny. The guy's name was Johnny, and I got to know because I'm going to sing it for you. Remember, I loved that song. Oh. Love in all the wrong places. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Does anybody remember that song? I'm sure that was from that movie. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Do you guys remember? Does anybody remember that? Looking for love in all the wrong places. I met my husband in 1980. He rode the mechanical bull. I love it. It wasn't Johnny Paycheck. You'll have to look it up. Looking for Love was the song. Johnny Lee. Is it Johnny Lee? I totally remember that. I'm dating myself. Totally. Yeah, Johnny Lee. Looking for love in all the wrong places. I loved that song. But I love John Travolta. I was a huge John Travolta fan. Look at how fun that is, friends. And I love that I used the stencil in a way that I wouldn't normally by masking it, right? So you get like extra from that. So I feel like I want another layer, but I'm not going to go in black. I am going to go in some pink ink. Do you think pink? I'm thinking pink. Or how about we could introduce some turquoise? We could put like another color in. What do you think? How about some turquoise? Because I'm going to take my handy dandy script stamp and I feel like I would like a little layer of turquoise. I asked you and I'm going to do what I want anyway. Like Dawn said, what am I asking for? Hello, Yerlise. How are you, my friend? Oh my goodness. I love how this is turning out. So this is another thing I will be eventually adding to my store because they're all sitting in the other room. Guess what I bought myself? And then I bought a couple. So if anybody else was interested, all of these mini archivals. So now I have permanent stamping ink. So some are distress and some are just the regular Ranger archival inks. So let's test it tonight. I will be adding them to my shop because it is the ink I'm going to be using moving forward. Right? Good night, Kari. I love you, my friend. Get your rest. You got to rest up and be ready for me, right? Let's go in. Let's test Selvage Patina. Let's test it. Because I think turquoise on here is totally now like Miami Vice. Don't you think, right? Now we're gonna like I looked, it was Johnny Lee, Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places. And was it from that movie? Did I just make that up? I used to sing that song all the time. Looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for love in too many faces, searching for hours, looking for traces of one I'm dreaming of, hoping to find a friend and a lover. I bless the day I discover mellow hearts, looking for love, or something like that. I'm making all those words up. So I'm going to stamp like this in the corner. So I only want to ink like here, and then I'll wipe some of it off. So we flip it, and I'm going to ink along this side. And you know what, friends? Because I'm the one testing it, I'm okay if it totally doesn't turn out. All right, so I'll test it for us. Let's see how this goes. We'll see how it's going to go. Yeah, you are welcome with the singing tonight. You are welcome. Thank you if you've stuck around after I just made all your ears bleed. So now I'm going to wipe some of that off because I want that to taper in and out. But especially up here, I don't want a line. We don't want a line. So let's test it. I got to stand up so it's straight. Okay, test it so it's straight. And hoping for the best. Let's go in. Let's see what we get. What do you think, friends? Do you think it's going to look good, or is it going to look like poo-poo? I don't know. We'll see. I love that. See it? Just a little hint. So I'm going to put some more up in this business, up in this corner. So it's very light, Selvage Patina. Very light. I might go in with a different one. Guess what else I'm going to go in with? I'm going to try Paradise Teal. I'm going to try this, Paradise Teal. But now we need this corner. So I'm going to ink on this side, but higher, like ink here, like that now. Let's try it. What did I say? So, okay, let's try it. Much darker. This one is much darker. Okay, let's try it. See that? Just a little hinter. And now to also add a little bit to that, I'm going to go in with the stencil. Just a couple polka dots, just a couple random dots in here. Okay, going to even use that same blending tool that I just cleaned the paint off of. And I'm going to go in with that Selvage Patina. Oh yeah, it's very, very light. Now it's a little dirty because I did not turn around and get a new blending tool. But I'm okay with that. See? Look at that. Love it. I love this stencil too, Robin. So I'm going to go in with the darker down here because I inked with the lighter. I'm wiping it off a little so I don't totally contaminate my brand new ink pads that I haven't used yet. So this is going to give me a little bit darker effect. I might go and add a couple of these in this other color. Sorry, now I'm focused. So if you notice, I'm not talking as much. Oh my goodness, I love that. I'm going to put some of that up there. So I will try my best to just layer this stencil again. To no avail, probably, but I will try. Just to add a little bit of that bolder color. I actually did it. I actually layered it where it needed to go. That works for me. Very fun. What do you think, friends? So now, right? I might put these on here. I don't even know. But yes. Oh, look it. I love that. So look it. Now let's find some foam dots. Because some of these have to pop up. I'm sorry, I'm not even looking at you guys. What do you think? I like this, right? That was fun. And what's really fun is that I don't have to use any pattern paper on this. What I will use, see that turquoise that I just used? That's what I'll mat my photos on. Or I'll find a photo with turquoise or black and white. What am I looking for? Scissors, because I'm cheap and I can't use that whole foam dot. I have to cut it up. Put that around. Boop. Hello, Carissa. How are you? Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Carrie. Yeah, I really like how this turned out. And like I kind of had an idea in my head, but no real solid plan, right? So I want to pop that one up. This one's going to go flat and kind of underneath that one. I love it. And that one will get popped. And then down here, one will get popped and one will be flat. What do you think? It's very fun. This is, and you know what's fun about this is really, you could make this from stuff that you have around home. You don't have to go out and buy anything. You can use any stencil that you have. And let me tell you, if you don't own stencils, it's something you want to add. You can never have enough stamps or stencils. But like I said, I don't buy just the mouse and the teacup. Like I think you need to buy just really basic shapes, background stamps, right? And this is not finished. Just be prepared. Next week, we're going to do even more with this. As I'm sitting here playing, ideas are going through my mind because I feel like we can layer words in here. Oh my goodness. And a big title right down here. And then you could go like 1, 2, 3. How many photos do you want me to put on this? Because I could go 1, 2, 3. I could put one square one here. I could put 2. So tell me I would like the challenge of how many photos would you like me to see me add on this? And that's what we're committing to and what we'll do next week. I'm going to layer those a little bit. The blue really totally made that work. If I do say so myself. 3 photos. 3. It looks like, question. Hi, Lou. If you do exclusive stencils, could Nat or Michelle get them over here down under so we could get them? I can talk to them about it. You know, if they want to do that, because that's something cheap enough to ship, right? Whatever Vicki wants. 3. I think 3. Now, here's what I'm thinking. I think could be fun is 3 square photos. Square, square, and square. So what we'll do is I'll print them next week, and then we can make the decision when we go to do the layout, if you like the 3 or you want me to use something else. But I will have them prepped. But I love this so much. Look at that. Right? And we use washi tape, friends. So you do not have to have one. That is my other challenge, is not one other piece of pattern paper on here. But to give you an idea, because I brought lots of stuff down, we did not use the majority of it. I'm very excited about these inks. And like I said, I didn't order a ton of them, but everything you see here, I ordered, and I will add in my shop. That will be one of those things. And if you guys like them and you want me to get more in, I will bring more in. But I want a permanent ink that works with our distress inks, right? Because it's pretty much, I use between that and the other ink that I have that I use is Stamp Market and Gina K. Those seem to be my inks that I pretty much use. But I love the color combo. It's fun, right? I just got the picture printer in tonight. So, oh yes, the Picture Mate. Oh, it's so good. You're going to love it. I still have to put these up in my shop too. The stickers, do all the things. Do all of the things. Okay. I'm loving this though. So what my plan will be now, I'm going to flip the camera, okay? I will hold this up closer and then you can see it from the other angle when I flip the camera. Here we go. Here I am. Ready? Hi. So, here you guys can see with the light. So see all that watermarking? I think this is fun. And this is a little messier than I normally do. But you're going to find, we're going to do some magical things. Sorry, everything's backwards. I hope that is helping you guys see. Very fun. So what my plan will be for next week is I'm going to use some Chit Chat stickers. What I still have, right, with the Spectrum. We can put some of these titles on there too. I think that could be fun. Or we can use some of the titles from the Pink Fresh. You could die cut a title in black, which would be amazing on here. But it's going to be, the plan will be, I think, very bold titles under each of the photos. And I'm going to mat the photos in a turquoise and black, maybe. It's going to be fun. So next week, next Friday, we will be doing, I'm going to do a card version of this. So I am going to make the background and we'll assemble. So that's your homework. If you aren't playing along and you want to create and finish this next week, now this gives you all weekend or all week to hopefully sit down and to create this very fun background using stuff that we pretty much could find around the house other than the stencil. And your washi tapes that are probably sitting there collecting dust because they're too pretty to use, and now it gives you an excuse to use them. And I'm going to recreate a card. So everything's going to be smaller scale using all of the same products and the same color palette. So that will be one of those things we're going to do. It's going to be so much fun, friends. So next weekend, same bat time, same bat channel, will be 8 o'clock next weekend and on Friday. And we're going to finish this layout and also create a card. What size card do you want me? What size card do you want me? This would be perfect for slimline, which is, you know, Vicki's go-to. I love working in that scale, but throw it out there if you'd like. What size? 5x7, traditional, Slimline, maybe I'll make two. Maybe I'll make two different card shapes and show you two different ways to use this. So do you guys have any questions before I sign off for tonight? That was good. I'm not saying like, man, I'm good. I mean, that made me feel very happy. I love just sitting down and just taking a blank piece of paper, canvas, whatever you're creating with, and then just using paints and all of the things and with no fear, because it's a piece of paper and your time. You can't screw it up. You can't. Because if you don't love it, guess what? You die cut out of it. You cannot mess this up. So my gift, the gift you could give me is to give this a try, because it fills your cup. I feel good. That just made everything that was really rough or tough this weekend all that much better. It's like it just cleanses the palate, right? Just cleans the soul, wipes it all clean. So I hope you enjoyed that. Did I miss any questions? Someone asked why you were going to archival inks going forward. I'm not going forward, Sharon. Adding to my creative toolbox. The archival I used because distress would have wiped off of the paint, because the paint would act as a, you could do like masking. It would act as a, my brain is a little fried. Give me a second. Resist. Distress ink would not stamp on this. So archival is a permanent stamping ink. That's why I use archival. So I'm not switching. All my distress ink, man, are still going to come out to play all the time. But we need a good palette, because normally for my archival, I just use black or smoky gray. So I bought the whole rainbow so that we can still do rainbows and butterflies with permanent stamping ink. So that's what. Thank you. It was there. I did spit it out eventually, but my brain was a little dead. So it acts as a resist. Distress would not dry on top of the acrylic paint. So that's why I pulled out the archival, and that's why I bought them in every single color. And every time a new set comes out, I will add to that. And I love them in the minis, because then the investment isn't huge, right? And the little cute tins. So it's fun. Could you do a layout and card for graduation? I could try to figure that out. I don't even throw me out ideas, Sandra, on the Vicki Booten Creative Community on Facebook. If you guys are watching tonight and you're not members there, make sure you join there, because that's where we have lots of conversations and share. But give me an idea of what you want to see. Throw the challenge out and I'd be happy to do something. But I have to wrap my head around that. Like, because to me, graduation, I am not like a themey scrapbooker. So for me, graduation would be whatever the school colors are. That's what I'd be putting in my mixed media. Do you know what I'm saying? And then my title work. But I probably wouldn't do like cap and gown kind of thing, but you could use your Cricut or Silhouette or stamps. So everything I did tonight, you could do for graduation. You just use the colors, school colors, to do your background. And then your title is, to me, what I would pull in there. You know, way to go, happy graduation, or congrats. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't scrapbook in theme. I use color and pattern and texture, and then my photos pop. So does that make sense? Do you know what I'm saying? And stars would be awesome. You could just add some yellow stars instead of the circle for graduation. Instead of circles, you could put like graduation themed things. So I hope that makes sense. Because I totally, that's what I would do, is just pick your school colors. So I'm challenging you. I would like you to do this for graduation. And then the only thing I would change on the card, I love the idea with stars. So I need a reminder, because I could do one of my cards with stars. So one of my cards could be a grad card. And all I'm going to do, the only thing I'm going to alter is add some stars. So for 25 shades of so far 25 shades of archival, right? Because there are the distress archival and then the regular Ranger archival, right? Or black and white. You could totally do that as well. Hi, Kim. How are you? This is what we made tonight. It was a lot of fun. I really, look at, and I even put it all in the screen. I really enjoyed that. So thank you, friends. And please, if you are watching on YouTube, make sure that you thumbs up the video, leave a comment in the regular section as soon as we're not live anymore. It's super helpful. I love that when you guys can do that. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you never miss when I go live or post a new video. And if you're on Facebook, please like as well. And if you aren't following me on my artist page, make sure you're doing that as well. And join the Vicki Booten Creative community for up to date, all the information that you need. But that was so much fun. Thank you. I missed you guys and so happy to be back. Share on that artist page what you'd like to see me create, because I'm always looking for new ideas, right? Every Friday I have to come on here with something for you guys. So if it's something that you'd like to see that I haven't covered before, just let me know and I will happily add it to my list of things that we're going to do. But other than that, have a fabulous weekend and I will see you next Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time for the second round to this. And then we'll talk about what's going to be coming down the pipeline and what you'd like to see for Facebook Lives that are coming in the future. So thank you as always for joining me. If you're watching after the fact, still leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And we'll see you next Friday. Bye, guys. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.